gotta be funny to me when your eyes look into mine. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those creepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes?
Once upon a time, there was a fighter that goes by the name of Errol Spence Jr., the Eye Collector. Man, let me stop playing, y'all. Welcome to the video, man. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You ain't subscribed already, man. Y'all already know, man. I've been doing some videos, man. I got this new name for Errol Spence, name the Eye Collector, man. He been fucking up dudes' eyes for a long time. Rather, he either broke they shit or swelled it up real bad. And one thing you gotta know is when you fight Errol Spence, man, Terence Crawford better protect that eye, because Errol Spence coming for that eye, bro. He coming for it, bro. And, you know, I seen Kell Brook swell up Terence Crawford shit in about 2-3 rounds. So that tells you right then and there, his shit easily swells. So if Kell Brook swelling up 2-3 rounds, you already know Errol Spence gonna take that motherfucker and add it to his collection. So, you know, we gonna have to go on this stroll, man, on everybody. Errol Spence eye, he fucked up. And it's just the people we know about. We don't know who Errol Spence really, you know what I'm saying, what he did behind the scenes. So I done heard plenty of stories, you know what I'm saying, how he used to go from city to city back in the amateurs, or his different sparring partners breaking their ribs and send them to the hospital, and just a gang of stories. And after watching him do the certain shit he be doing, man, I got to say I believe all that shit, because why not? Just think about it. Like, if you seen him do this shit, then you already know the shit behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's true. Now, the first victim of Errol Spence, man, is Floyd Mayweather, y'all. The great, late Floyd Mayweather, man, called Errol Spence Jr. to a sparring match to get ready for the Robert Guerrero fight back in 2013, man. Errol Spence showed up and showed out, you know. That's where I believe he made his first mark. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this eye shit, man, and fucking up these people's eyes. And all you boxing experts, don't bring y'all bitch ass over here talking like, it's boxing, or you're gonna get black eyes. Shut the fuck up, man. This shit for entertainment purposes, man. I know that shit. But anyways, Floyd Mayweather, the first victim of Errol Spence, man. Like I said, he called him over. Errol Spence showed out, man. Floyd Mayweather, you know, called him bitches and all this shit because he was getting his ass beat. And Errol Spence ended up doing his thing, but then, you know, that was basically like a mark, because after that, Floyd Mayweather had the doghouse going, and, you know, everybody in the Floyd Mayweather gym was talking about this thing years down the line, this incident. So this Errol Spence made a big mark with this one. So with that being said, man, we're gonna go to the second victim. Victim number 2 of the Eye Collector. Man, this the second guy, man, the second victim, man. Well, this may be like the most famous one, because Errol Spence went overseas, man. This was his first opportunity, so everybody knew he was a beast before this, but they wanted to see him fight a notable name. You know what I'm saying? So Kell Brook was already ducking him for a little bit. Decided to go up to fight Triple G to fight for a big bag or whatever. So he did that, you know. He really was ducking Errol Spence. He figured, man, if I'm gonna get my ass beat, I might as well get my ass beat for a bigger check. So, you know, Kell Brook, Errol Spence took that boy in deep waters, man, in a tough fight, man, tough battle, and eventually Kell Brook broke. You know what I'm saying? Like a 1972 Cutlass or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like an old school Cutlass. Old school Marrow, IROC. You know what I'm saying? With the T-tops on it. He broke him all the way down. You know what I'm saying? And made his ass take a knee. Broke his fucking eye. The left eye, which wasn't the one Triple G broke. You know, a lot of guys try to say, oh man, the other eye was already broken, so the other one weakened type shit. So that was guys' excuses. But ultimately, man, it ain't easy to break nobody's orbital bone. If it was, then how come your favorite fighter ain't breaking orbital bones? Answer me that. But yeah, Kell Brook, Errol Spence came in, broke Kell Brook other side of his face, and then made a charm out of his ass. He made a big ass, you know, the famous man down piece. Let's see what that's looking like. Let's show that real quick. You know, since we talking about the second victim right now. Let me see if I can find it. Boom. Found that shit super quick. Here we go. Errol Spence got the big man down piece right here. This charm was made out of Kell Brook ass. You know, I think we need to update the charm right now, you know, add another couple pieces to the collection. But, you know, this was the second victim. Kell Brook broke his eye and made a charm out of him. So that's our second victim, man. Let's get to the third, man. The third victim. Nah, man. Lamont Peterson, man. This is the only one I felt sorry for because everybody else deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook definitely deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence had to take what was his, man. And Kell Brook made Errol Spence go on that little layoff. He should have fought him when he first wanted to do it. But with Lamont, man, he was the first guy to step up before everybody else. He really showed that the rest of the division was pussy and scared of Errol Spence because around this time, people were saying how, you know, if you run away from Errol Spence, you'll get hurt worse. So Lamont Peterson's game plan was to come toward Errol Spence and try to smother him, similar to how he did Danny. I feel like he beat Danny, actually. But it was a very close fight, though. Like the second half of the fight, he was walking toward Danny. He was beating Danny Garcia's ass on the inside. Danny couldn't really get off his shots like he wanted to. So that shit ain't work out with Errol Spence, man. He got damaged very badly, and his eyes was like really, really like swole, and they were like both of them. You can blame it on Lamont Peterson been through a lot of wars. Yeah, you can say that, but at the same time, man, I'm showing y'all this shit for a reason. This shit's like a pattern. Like, this ain't just, man, these guys been through this or this and that. No, Errol Spence got the type of style where he trying to ruin you. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get you about the way. Like, he on the path of destruction. Like, this nigga really is the Eye Collector. Like, you know, but Lamont Peterson, his eyes was able to hold up, and you know, but Barry Hunter had to stop the fight because he looked at Lamont like a son. He ain't want to see no more. I didn't either. Straight up, just period. I feel sorry for Lamont. You know what I'm saying? That shit was brutal, bro. But Lamont got heart. He a dog, man. He was a little past where he, you know, was his best at, but the fact of the matter still stands. You know, Errol Spence, man, he aiming for them eyes, man. It's just something about the eyes, bro. That's why I had to make this video. It's like something about the eyes, man. It's just something with this shit, man. But we're going to get on to, you know, we're going to turn the page. We're going to get to the next victim. The Eye Collector, fourth victim. Hey, man, so we got Danny Garcia, y'all, man. Danny Garcia is the fourth guy that we actually know about. Because, like I said before, there's probably plenty of other guys, you know what I'm saying, that suffered the same condition. But Danny Garcia is a guy who pretty much never wanted to give Errol Spence his full credit along the way of Errol Spence coming up. Never wanted to really acknowledge him and say, see, Danny always felt like the PBC or Showtime and them favored Errol Spence over him. So you can tell it was a little bit of jealousy there. So they didn't like how much energy they was putting into Errol Spence on the way up. And, they felt like he was overhyped. He was smashing through guys, and he looked very dangerous. But they was saying all this different type of shit, but they didn't never want to get in the ring with him. So, Danny Garcia finally gets in the ring with Errol Spence. Fresh off the car accident. See, you would think that was when Errol Spence was the most vulnerable, but Errol Spence was still very dangerous, man. Danny Garcia pops. Angel Garcia was saying things like he seen into Errol Spence's soul, and Danny was saying things on how like he felt like he seen something, almost on some Mikey Garcia shit. But Danny Garcia ultimately got beat up pretty bad in that fight, man. A lot of things went down in that fight. He tried to do a little cheap shot in the fight, similar to how Ugas did, after the bell. Well, what Danny did was after the bell. Not what Ugas did. Ugas pretty much had the right to do it, but it still was kind of like it was sneaky. It wasn't straight up, even though ain't no rules in that shit. Pretty, you can do shit like that. But I'm just saying, Danny Garcia tried to get a little sneaky little hook off on Errol Spence. Errol Spence brushed that shit off his chin. You know what I'm saying? Didn't phase him. They were saying he was the hardest puncher. He was gonna knock Errol Spence's teeth out and all these different things. But at the end of the day, Errol Spence, beat those eyes up real bad, man. If you can tell by this picture, man. Danny Garcia had two mice. He had mices. he had two mouths. You know what I'm saying? Under each eye, a mouse under each eye. Swell Danny shit up real bad. Danny Garcia managed, to survive and keep his eyes. I think if it was a couple more rounds on the fight, or if he really let his hands go, maybe Errol Spence would have had his eye all the way. He managed to survive and keep his eyes, but they would still be pretty beat up. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what happened with the Danny Garcia saga, man. His fate, he took a fat L, man. Got dominated the whole fight, and a lot of guys had to eat pie, man. They had to eat their words. A lot of shit they was saying. Errol Spence made him out of a tune-up. And that's what it is with the Danny fight. So we're gonna get to the last and final guy, who the Eye Collector took his eye ultimately. The Eye Collector final victim. So look, man, here we go, man. The last and final recent victim, man. This shit just happened over the weekend, last few days ago, man. Errol Spence had to take Ugas' eye, man. He unlike Danny Garcia, was able to survive with his shit, even though they beat up pretty bad. Ugas' shit was actually taken. Ugas came in the ring fully prepared, man. Fought like a straight soldier, man. Gave his all and gave everything he can give. But the Eye Collector is a very vicious motherfucker, man. That motherfucker like the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't hide under the bed. You just can't hide nowhere. He just gonna come for you. You know what I'm saying? If he want them eyes, he coming to get them eyes, man. And Ugas wasn't able to escape him, man. Ugas, man, fought a long and hard battle, and now he gets some rest. So hopefully Ugas, man, heal up pretty good on some real shit, man. Wrap this up, man. Hopefully Ugas bounce back, man. He gave it his all, man. I respect him. Got hell of respect for all those guys, man. And all their eyes I talked about, earlier in the video. But, this shit entertainment purposes, man. But it's still real shit at the end of the day. But, Ugas put out a statement and said it felt like he was getting hit with hammers and knives or something like that. Yeah, I think he said that like a few hours ago. So, that's some pretty vicious shit right there, man. But you know, Ugas, like I said, man, Ugas gave it his all, man. At least he let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? He let his hands go. See, Danny Garcia didn't get his shit too. He didn't get his out too because he fought to survive. Like, so did Mikey. He fought to survive too. So a lot of guys, man, a lot of these guys, man, they can't say shit about Ugas because they ain't let their hands go like he did. They felt that power Errol Spence had for him, and they took their tail. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was to it, man. So, you know, I ain't gonna go too hard on Ugas because he really, he gave his all more than the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like Danny and Mikey, you know what I'm saying? So, man, it is. So that's the story of the Eye Collector, man, and how Errol Spence got his name, man. That shit solidified, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit sound like a real fucking haunted boogeyman story, but that's the real on it, you know. So as y'all leave this video, man, wrap it up. Y'all smash that like button for the kid, man, and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed already. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.